Suella Braverman confirms that she is not defecting to Reform after her husband joins Nigel Farage's party. I'm going to read into this more from the Independent, you guys. Let's go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Reganelite here with an article from The Independent with the headline, Suella Braverman confirms that she is not defecting to Reform after her husband joins Nigel Farage's party. The former Home Secretary has moved to definitively put an end to speculation amid claims that she was to be unveiled as a Reform UK MP on Tuesday. Guys, while you're here, make sure you hit the like button and share this across social media so others are notified of this video. So, now, there's a lot of talk about this, about whether or not, when is Suella Braverman making the jump? Is she making the jump? What's going on here? Suella's playing the waiting game. I think that's what she's doing. She's looking like any snake. You wait for your opportunity to strike. You wait for your opportunities to seize a moment of opportunity. And there is, at the moment, as of right now, there is no opportunity or benefit for Suella Braverman right now to make a jump to Reform. Okay? As of right now, if she makes a jump, she is very unpopular within the Conservatives as of right now. That's why she's nowhere near the bench. It's just like she's literally at one of the back benches. She can make the jump to Reform, but she would have to work to build her back some sort of reputation that she has. Yeah, I know, reputation. Some of the rhetoric and language that's come out of her is vile. I know. But things that she has said and whatnot fits the narrative of what Reform is. You know, a party on immigration, a party that intends to bring down on stuff. The problem is that it's kind of hard for the public, and if you're somebody who generally is passionate about wanting to bring down immigration, wanting to take back control, sort of rhetoric, you should not be somebody that is that should be very welcoming to Suella Braverman, because she was the former Home Secretary. She had control. She could have done things to reduce migration. And instead of taking ownership and responsibility, what did she do? She blamed other people. She blamed civil servants. She blamed Rishi Sunak. She blamed everybody else except taking any ownership and responsibility for her actions. She never did. She tried to do that daft, pathetic waste of taxpayer money in the Rwanda scheme. And it still is a big, fat waste of money. It always was. It always will be. Don't even try coming in the comments trying to justify that stupid policy. Please don't. She is a liar. She's a fraud. She's a failure. She's not good at her job. She's not somebody who is seeking the interest of the British public in any way, shape, or form. She's just like many other snake oils, waiting for her opportunity to strike. Now, why didn't she make the jump when her husband did? Now, there's a number of reasons. Like I said, there's no reason for her to do so. Another thing is that it could be the very case that Kemi Bakanock could fall within the next 12 to 18 months. There's local elections still. There's a couple of years, obviously, several years before we have another general election. So there's several years. So there'll be local elections in between those times. And if the Conservatives fail to gain traction, and if they fall behind, then perhaps Suella could make another challenge for the Conservative leadership role. Only problem is that she needs to restore trust with Conservative MPs and members within her party if she is to build that back up. At the moment, I can't see her doing that, but people can change. It can change. So if she was to do that, her husband joining Nigel Farage Reform Party, is it weird that she's on Conservative and she's still Conservative and Partners Reform? No, it's not weird, because we've seen couples where they've had political indifferences and whatnot, and yet they still continue to have a perfectly really reasonable relationship. I'm really not interested in her husband joining Reform. But the reason why I say this is because obviously Suella would be a very different to what other people in Reform already are. It would certainly also highlight that Reform is not a racist party. Now, people will say, well, Reform isn't a racist party, Regan. How many members of Reform are black? Can you give me a number of examples of them? For example, Suella Braverman would be sticking out because she would be among the one of the few MPs who would not. She would be one MP out of the rest of them, who are the rest of all the Reform MPs are all white men as well. So imagery really does matter as well when it comes to winning over moderate voters as well. And if Reform are to win over moderate voters, perhaps maybe her defection will show that, hey, we are a diverse party, as Nigel Farage wants to claim, that we are diverse, that we do listen to not just one side or whatever. We listen to a range of different topics. Perhaps from that view, rather than just on the fact of based on her history and what she was doing as a former Home Secretary. It's a lot of food for thought, is what I will say on it. But like I said, she will wait. I think she will wait. So the former Home Secretary, Suella Braverman, has spoken out about her husband, Rael's defection to Reform UK, to put an end to speculation about her own future. Mr Braverman is set to become a senior campaigner for Nigel Farage's party, defending farmers against Keir Starmer's new inheritance tax raid. Yes, because we don't want them getting richer now, do we? But the move has again reopened speculation about Ms Braverman's future in the Conservative Party, with some Tory and Reform sources suggesting she was about to be unveiled as Reform's latest defector at a press conference planned for Tuesday. She was a leadership contender to replace Boris Johnson in 2022 and has been the darling of the right and has now been the subject of fever speculation that she could switch to Reform since the summer. However, in a statement to The Independent, Ms Braverman made it clear that for now she's not planning on defecting. She said, "It's not true, I am not defecting." The former Home Secretary has added, "My husband and I have a healthy respect for each other's independence. He doesn't tell me how to do my job, and I don't tell him how to pick a political party." An ally complained of an astonishing 18th century attitude at play, with people assuming that she would follow her husband's lead. With high-profile defections in the last week, including Minister Dame Andrea Jenkins, a former ally of Ms Braverman, and Conservative Home founder Tim Montgomery, there are believed to be more preparing to walk away from the Tories to join Reform, including MPs. It is known that Ms Braverman was at the top of Reform's wish list for defections, as someone with large support among the Tories grassroots and a darling on the right. The ex-Home Secretary was considered too right-wing by fellow Conservative MPs to get enough support to run in the recent leadership election, won by former rival Kemi Bakernot. A senior Reform UK source confirmed to The Independent that Rael Braverman has joined their party, but added it is wrong to say that his wife will follow. However, the source added, "Of course, we would love Suella to join us. She would find a much happier home in Reform than staying with the Tories." The defections and continued questioned marks over Ms Bakernot's fledgling leadership of the Tories, coupled with the collapse in the polls for Labour, has seen support for Reform surge. The recent Techie UK polls for The Independent put them up 3 points in just 1 week, while others have them in second place. So, food for thought there, guys, isn't it? It does make you wonder whether or not, the fact that they've stated that again, like, we would love to help her, we would welcome her with open arms, sort of thing. Imagery does matter, like I said in the first thoughts. But imagery can really make a difference on that. But excuse me, is Suella Braverman a game changer for the Reform Party? No, I don't think she's a game changer. I don't think she will be. Some people might disagree. Some people might say, no, Regan, I think she's going to make a massive difference. Okay, that's cool if you ever believe that. I don't believe that. I don't think she's going to be one that's going to make a massive difference to the party. I think she will have an impact, but I don't think she's going to make like a massive one. It'll certainly get people talking, that is for sure. But is it going to shift? Is it going to shift everything? No. Conservatives are already on the decline anyway. The biggest shift was Tim Montgomery. That was the big one for me. That was a bigger shift than anything. A staunch Conservative loyalist for a long, long time. But it shows once again that money talks, and you know, if you see an opportunity, you should take it with both hands, and that's exactly what he's done. It's a I think it's a case of when, not if, for Suella. I don't see her becoming leader of the Conservative Party. I don't see it in the future. I just don't see it. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe some people actually think that maybe she will end up going down that road. But I'll have to wait and see, won't we? But what do you guys honestly think? What do you guys think about Suella Braverman's position? Do you think it makes sense for her to switch now? Do you think she should switch now? Do you think she should just wait for her opportunity? Or do some of you just think she should just disappear into the abyss and never to be heard or seen from again? What do you honestly think that she should do? Let me know your thoughts and more down in the comment section below. If you found this video interesting, please hit the like button. We greatly appreciate it. Share it across social media so others are notified of this video. If you haven't subscribed already, please consider subscribing because it really does help support the channel. If you want to go one step further, financially support me and the work that I do here, you can do so by becoming a YouTube member for as little as 99p, or join me on Rumble or Patreon for exclusive content on those platforms. So thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to catch you all very, very soon.